Well, we just saw Nocturnal Animals, and on this show I take my friends, we go see a movie, we review it in the car, and have a discussion. This review video is spoiler-free, so if you're on the fence or looking for a recommendation, you can watch this video to find out what we thought. And if you'd like to see the full discussion with spoilers, you can check out the other video, Nocturnal Animals Movie Discussion with Spoilers. So this is it's a movie by Tom Ford, stars Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal. There's the basic plot of the movie is it's kind of a story in a story. Amy Adams' character gets a novel from her ex-husband, Jake Gyllenhaal, and begins to read it, and we see what that novel is about, as well as some current events and some flashbacks from her life that kind of go around it. So it's really, the movie is from her perspective. It's kind of a split between her as a character and her as an audience surrogate. So we're kind of finding information out through her, but we're also seeing her portray this character and that sort of stuff. I'd heard really good things about this movie prior to seeing it, so I was pretty excited to see it. And I was very impressed with it. I think Amy Adams' performance is really good. I think the story was very good. Overall, it's very strong. It's it's one of those movies that it's uncomfortable to watch because you don't know what's going to happen, and especially in the first act or so, it's very tense. There's a lot of suspense in it, and there's a lot of tension in it. But I think once it establishes that tone, it does a good job of not beating you over the head with it. It doesn't go into only God forgives territory. It just sort of establishes its world and takes you on the story. So I really liked it. I would recommend it. I couldn't name a whole lot of similar films, but it did bring to mind stuff like
Breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, and it kind of does remind me a little of Nicholas Winding Refn movies, but just not quite as stark and not quite as violent as his stuff is.
Yeah.
Also kind of like Tarantino's stuff, where it's hard to predict what's going to happen. There's the story is not necessarily the sort of tropes or cliches that you're used to seeing in a movie. So I would recommend it. It's a good movie to go and watch. Be ready to pay attention because there's a lot going on, and it's a movie that rewards careful viewing. So I liked it. What'd you guys think?
Well, if you see the trailer, I mean, you know it's not a happy movie. Don't go there expecting...
No, go see Arrival if you want to see a happy Amy Adams movie.
Don't expect this to be like a popcorn-style entertainment movie of any sort, even an action flick. I mean, there's certainly some edge-of-your-seat stuff, but the type of edge-of-your-seat stuff that you're going to see in this movie is... There wasn't a single point in this movie where I knew exactly what was going to happen next. And it was really doing everything it could, at least through the first half of it, to put you in an uncomfortable position watching it. Mm-hmm. And then the second half of it, it wasn't as much that as you just... by the time they get to that point, the layering of the stories, because they kept pulling you in and out of what she was reading at really opportune times to kind of mess with your head.
Yeah.
That you started seeing layers of what was in the story to what was going on in her mind, and it's just really well done. It's one of the best movies I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I can't think of any movies directly relating to it that it made me think of, but I kind of like that you kind of get two stories for the price of one. You get to basically see his book and also her reactions to it, as well as a cool real life story that leads up to an ending that I didn't see coming, but I saw quickly what was happening at the time, which really wrapped it up nicely for me. Yeah, it's an adult movie. It's a bit of a complex movie, and it's worth a watch if you want to be intrigued. And like they said, it is a bit uncomfortable in terms of like the confrontational, animalistic side of people. That was a bit awkward, but it's definitely worth a watch. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll definitely get into more in the discussion and spoilers after you've seen the movie. So go check it out and come back and check out our discussion. But for now, if you like this, if you like the way we do these reviews, please like the video, subscribe, check out all the written and video reviews at DaleMaxfield.com, and thanks for watching.